Chaos corruption acts as a spiritual and physical rot that typically exploits a person's existing emotional or moral chinks in their armor. It often begins subtly through the influence of the warp, where intense motions like pride, desperation, or hunger for knowledge attract the attention of the dark gods. Proximity to chaos artifacts, warp-tainted areas, or even forbidden knowledge can slowly erode an individual's sanity and soul. As the corruption takes root, it twists the victim's perceptions, often leading them to believe their descent into heresy is a righteous path, until physical manifestations and mutations begin to sprout. Chaos corruption is often a psychological slippery slope, filled by the specific nature of the four chaos gods. For instance, a soldier's righteous anger can be slowly amplified by corn until it becomes a mindless bloodlust. And on the same note, a dying person's plea for survival might be answered by Nurgle with the horrific gift of eternal, painless decay. The corruption becomes visible through mutations and total loss of individual agency. Victims may grow extra limbs, scales, or wings, and their armor and weapons can eventually fuse with their flesh to become biological extensions of their body. The Bible has its chaos corruption that is called the shadow of death. Psalms 44:19, though thou hast sore broken us in the place of dragons, and covered us with the shadow of death. In the coming verses, we're going to see this deep as an actual entity. Genesis 1:2, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Ezekiel 31:4, the waters made him great, the deep set him up on high with her rivers running about his plains, and sent out her little rivers into all the trees of the field. Now we're going to see the false prophet being corrupted by this darkness. Zechariah 11:17, woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. In the book of Adam and Eve, we see this darkness come over Satan. Chapter 13, verse 3-5. But when he transgressed my commandment, I deprived him of the bright nature, and he became dark. And when he was in the heavens, in the realms of light, he knew nothing of darkness, but he transgressed, and I made him fall from heaven unto the earth. And it was this darkness that came over him. Job 10:22 talks about a land of darkness and the shadow of death. Is this where the darkness comes from?